let's talk about just that, about the cameras, about the parties, about the people that attended the parties. And I'm not talking just the white parties. I'm talking the Diddy freak off parties. People who may look back on that in shame and go, "Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I was maybe younger, maybe dumber, maybe under the influence of drugs with the baby oil, maybe beyond their knowledge, beyond their control of what was going on with the accusations that we have of GHB or something similar being in the baby oil, especially individuals that were young, that were brought up, that were groomed by Diddy from very young ages, like 14 or 15, thinking this is how the celebrity lifestyle is. This is what it's like when you're a superstar, because they may have been coming up as superstars themselves. And now they're going to find themselves caught in this mess. If you're that type of person, if you are that person, and I think we all know likely who we're talking about here, is it wise to sit in silence about this and not come forward if you know that maybe you are on some of these tapes, that you were participating in some of these things? Would it be more wise at this point to go to the authorities and say, look, I have information, I can help you out. I was under the influence of this, I was groomed, I this and would that getting ahead of this, if you know eventually you're likely going to have your name dropped at some point, would that help an individual like that to get away from criminal charges, or maybe find some sort of a deal where it's you're helping us and you two actually were the victim, rather than it play out in the court of public opinion of was this person a victim or not?
Well, I think likely people may have gone forward
Hmm.
and we just don't know. Now we're talking about, as an example, the people who testified before the grand jury that are still anonymous. And again, did they go to authorities or
Hmm.
did authorities go to them? I think many probably have already gone to authorities. And in this situation, maybe these minors or this one minor that we all believe is likely going to be named and caught up in this suit. I mean, all of us have seen the videos. It has to be so alluring when you're 14, 15, 16 and such a talent, but you want somebody to launch you.
Hmm.
And then you look at somebody with Diddy's stature
Yeah.
in that community and say, "Whoa,
Yeah.
this is all for me." And Diddy took advantage. I think that that's going to come out, and I think these people will try to get ahead of it. I think they will cooperate.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a twisted world where who knows what went on. And I'm not saying that that individual was doing anything, predatory or whatnot, but we just don't know. We don't know what the answer to that question is. If your you know leader here, your I was going to say Vanguard. I'm thinking of Keith Raniere. Uh, and Nexium. If you're Vanguard, if you're the person you look up to is participating in these things, doing these things, treating women and men in these sort of ways, and you don't know any better, you're going to probably start doing the same thing yourself. You're probably going to walk away at some point feeling disgusted, going, "Oh my God, I can't believe that," and ashamed, which is probably where that person is right now. At least, I mean, that's what we're hearing about that person right now. We're hearing statements like that. A very interesting post article coming out a couple weeks ago, talking about the individual who's named or is not named, but is alluded to, feeling very, mad, upset, sad, ashamed of that time in their life and wants to stay away from it. And then we incidentally hear very interesting, similar things from a man named Justin Bieber, uh, feeling he wants to completely be away from Diddy, doesn't want anything to do with him. Feels like he was victimized possibly back then. Of course, never has never been charged with anything. He's never charged Diddy with anything, but he was there in these times when Diddy was allegedly victimizing all of these people. Not saying that Bieber is involved, but that name has certainly been floating around quite a bit. And people want to know, what did he know? When did he know it? What was his participation in this sort of thing? But at the end of the day, I think we're really looking at another victim here, in my opinion, that really was completely taken advantage of. And now his life is, completely up in the
Yeah, there's a very telling video. I don't know if you've seen it, Tony, but they are together outside of one of Diddy's vehicles,
air.
and basically Diddy corners him. Hey, I thought you were gonna come around again. Hey, I thought I was going to see you. You just kind of tuned me out. I'm totally paraphrasing, but
Yeah.
this was the message. And Bieber's, oh, well, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I thought my guy was going to get a hold of your guy, like
Yeah.
their, you know, handlers. And it's the most uncomfortable scene. Diddy kind of puts his hands on Bieber's chest and kind of feels them. I wondered if he might be feeling him for a wire,
He is. Yeah,
actually.
I would guess so. I mean, the
Um,
way he was doing that in that video, it looked like it was, and that tells you right there a lot. It tells Diddy knows he's
yes,
done some bad stuff, and this guy could expose him.
yeah, I just think that whole video was a microcosm of what Justin Bieber is feeling, how he, is reacting now. I think he'll go forward if he hasn't already,
Yeah.
if indeed he knows what went on and if he was victimized. I'm not surprised, Tony, back to your other question, that he has remained quiet.
Mhm.
And I'm not surprised because who wants to go forward and talk about that until you're forced? And I
Yeah.
think we'll see it coming, though.
Yeah, I think we will too. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, again, we don't know all the details. At the end of the day, he could be a huge advocate for abuse and being taken advantage of. I mean, certainly it happens in these big celebrity type circles and things like that, but it can happen on a smaller scale too. Somebody young and impressionable being groomed. It happens every single day in America, and it oftentimes is overlooked. So again, this is something where I think it could be used to help heal not only himself but others as well. But I think we'll find out more details soon as far as just what the involvement was, if at all. Again, all speculation. There's nothing that has been charged of him. There's no accusations. He's never said anything about being a victim of Diddy or anything of that nature. All pure speculation, but certainly um, a lot of smoke around this that makes you wonder if there's a fire there.
Well, and I think too, Tony, that an important part of all of this is who is going to be outed as other people who victimized in this way.
Yeah.
So we've had Kanye West mentioned, but who else? Who else is out there that was victimizing people in the, sexually assaulting,
Yeah.
raping, taking advantage of, drugging? Diddy is kind of the key person. It's so interesting because when you look at a criminal enterprise like this, it is so unusual to get the head guy first,
Hmm.
right? It's like doing the Gambino investigation and getting the head of the investigation first, right?
Hmm.
Because you still want to get the underlings because at the end of the day, they were involved in making the criminal enterprise successful
Hmm.
and the reason these crimes were able to be committed. So I think we're going to see people below Diddy, but more importantly, I want to see who else was involved in crimes like this and what other people are going to be exposed uh, in terms of full on participation and victimizing others.
Do you think we're going to see other people just as big as Diddy coming out here as names of being accused of participating in this stuff or facilitating these sort of things? Is Diddy really the top man in all this, or could there be others? Or could this be a ring of several high profile individuals, high power individuals on the same or close to level of Diddy that essentially, kind of shared these people around?
Well, I have to be honest with you. I mean, Kanye West, I consider to be, a pretty successful star in his own right.
Hmm.
So I think we're going to see a lot of these very well-known names, these very, arguably talented individuals who have made a lot of money in the entertainment industry that are going to be exposed, and maybe even the political,
Hmm.
theater and other theaters also,
Yeah.
individuals from other realms besides entertainment that are well known.
Yeah.
Government, local government, state, federal, we don't know. But you and I talked about this, the New York mayor,
Yeah.
he hasn't been charged with anything to do with this particularly, but he did give away the key to the city.
That's a big statement right there. And it's not necessarily one of, hey, I was at the Diddy parties, but it's, hey, we're tight. We're good. And if
Yeah.
you want someone of in power to look away at the things you may be holding in that jurisdiction or going on in that jurisdiction at your house, the mayor's a good person to have on your side. And so it does make you wonder if that tightness there was more so you let me do my thing, I'm going to do you do yours, and we're going to coexist in this happy way. And it does make you wonder if there's any sort of under the table things going on to allow him to thrive for all of those years, doing pretty much whatever he wanted to do. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to follow us wherever you download podcasts, and especially Apple Podcasts, where you can get advanced episode and premium content on our premium channel right there. Also, be sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss any breaking updates on the stories that matter to you most. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. Just search Hidden Killers Podcast with Tony Bruschi, and you'll find us right there. Again, thanks for watching.